Y'all, I'm still testing well, I'll just say I don't have a microphone, so I have to probably speak louder than I am, although I'm still a little under the weather and I don't necessarily want to be yelling at the machine here. Anyway, we live and learn. Practice makes perfect, right? So, not that my channel is even monetized or ready for such things, so um, this is kind of a grow along with me process. I will just jump into it. My name should be clearly visible to all, Armando, but um, hopefully that you will just get to know me as I grow this channel, and hopefully I will stick with it and consistently update and post. Again, I'm getting over a little bit of a allergy or a sinus infection, and that is gonna keep me from enunciating or sounding like a normal individual. What does a normal individual sound like? First and foremost, good morning, good afternoon, good day to all the magicians and Brujas. Uh, I'm dedicating this video, at least this initial quest, to you all. It is a collective channeling or reading, so that is what it is. And I wanted to first start out by at least giving out some thanks to Jessica at High Priestess Healing Tarot, Awakening to Spirit, Pisces R Us, Esoteric Sky, Joni at Blessings Foundry Tarot, Prophetic Vessel, amen to them, to her, Ashuna's Tarot, Goddess Energy. I think a lot of us, we really relate to Goddess Energy's messages. And Katie, I would have to say Katie McLaughlin at the Pisces Club, Miss Panama. She sort of kicked off my cycling through, you know, the journey that is tarot, and that is what that is. It's Saturn's Day, Saturday, March 4th, 2023. The moon is in its almost midway through Leo. It's full on waxing, so hopefully everyone has, or hopefully you're beyond your initial manifestation week. A lot of good energy with the new moon in Pisces. A little bit on the flip side, I believe the archetype of Pisces is one of the most are prone to the most evolution, and in this timing it is really evolving. If you haven't realized that yet, maybe the Pisces in your lives are either worse off than they've ever been, or just seemingly a whole other creature that you're like, what, is going on with these Pisces? Just to kind of kick off the actual reading, I don't know, there was a lot of hunger. There's this like hunger. I guess that is the passion that is triggered by, or a symptom, what passion effects on the body, a desire, and it feels very physical. Perhaps it's the upcoming full moon in Virgo, which is, every full moon is always opposite, or in the opposite sign of the new moon. Mathematically, energetically, geometrically, astrology is fun, right? And the reason why I designated or dedicated this to the magicians, may God bless them, this was our initial card that just flew right out of the deck. I'm using the Brotherhood of Light Egyptian Tarot. Doesn't speak to a lot of people, although it tends to really highlight my current status as far as where I am in my spiritual ascension and spiritual journey and discovery. Hopefully, it's well-rounded in its features of Egyptian Egyptian ties and the significance of the Bible, the Book of the Thoth, the Kabbalah. Some of these words I'll continue to learn and hopefully pronounce properly as time goes by. The aspect that speaks to me the most is alchemizing. So maybe a lot of you that are listening to this message are in that sort of temporary alchemical phase of learning. If not, maybe that resonates with you at the moment, and you should go and look that ish up. I think that a lot of us are looking to tarot to learn how to manifest properly. Maybe we turn to spiritual practices to learn how to manifest. And so I wanted to highlight that aspect a little bit, that there is a lot of power within you. It is nothing to fear. You are divinely protected and divinely guided. What I can say is that maybe there's a hyperdrive of the mind and a hyper-focus on obtaining and materializing wealth, abundance of material things. Perhaps that's triggering your emotional state and kind of knocking you back down the ladder, the tree, into lower vibrational aspects of the ego. You may be seeing that in others. I am getting that there is a lower vibrational masculine scorpionic energy around divine feminine, higher ascendant feminine people, like, let's just say us, the collective here. We are leaning a lot into the Virgo womanhood, Virgo femininity aspect of planning and, getting the I's dotted, the T's crossed. So, uh, given that you can tend to be driven exclusively by the mind and being willed to manifest through your mental states, and whether you are conscious of it or not, it is the mind is a powerful tool. Don't forget the other tools is the message I'm getting. A big kind of solution to that would be to draw inspiration from your emotional state. How are you feeling? Again, turning flipping the coin over to a higher vibrational scorpionic, more feminine driven aspect of the Scorpio archetype, but also finding a balance, more refinement. You've already planted the seeds. There's a lot of worry. There's a lot of battles in the mind, and they are showing up in the three-dimensional aspects, whether you're drawing in, relationships, friendships, or lovers that are reflecting that tendency for you to want to control the way that you have been controlling. That is significant to the lower vibrational Piscean archetype of being being in the mind, and manifesting through that kind of severe controlling aspect of humanhood. I wanted to read this passage from the Brotherhood of Light, Egyptian Tarot. Remember then, son of earth, that man should like God act without ceasing. To will nothing and do nothing is more fatal than to will and do ill. If the Magus should appear in the prophetic signs of thy horoscope, it announces that a firm will and faith in yourself, guided by reason and a love of justice, will conduct you to the end that you wish to attain, and will preserve you from the perils of the way. And I want to highlight the numerology of the infinite possibilities that you have at this moment. But more importantly, I did want to also highlight the alchemical aspect. There's the allusion to, in alchemy, the Philosopher's Stone. In that tradition, any object that is touched with the stone is converted into gold. So I think you've heard it from other readers that you have that magic, power, whatever you want to call it, anything you touch turns to gold, the Midas touch. Basically, there is a power within you. The way that I perceive and that I'm able to analyze this tradition and this analogy is that your your truth is freeing. Your truth transmutes powers. So, uh, in both ways, right? You have that sort of will to focus your power and alchemize and transmute energies to be willed in your favor. Um, and this is both feeling and an intellectual perception. So again, that's being highlighted by these two cards here, the Magician and the Ten of Cups here. Okay, perhaps some of you need to really fine tune that balance. I know I do, and the energies are ripe for that. In that you can allot time to rest. Some of you may not feel or believe that, though the astrology is ripe for taking time out, taking at least a day or two to kind of get enough sleep and reel in the emotional power that you hold, and subdue the mind a little bit and not allow that to sort of overtake and overpower all other aspects of you. I wanted to also highlight the Virgo archetype, which can be a little bit drawn to the over-analyzing and over-planning, more so the over-planning and worrying. The that 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 aspect is highly present at the moment. So like definitely temper that. Maybe like I do, you've overplanned everything. I tried to hold off on making these videos because I don't have the proper lighting and I don't have the proper microphone and I don't have a thumbnail and I don't have any subscribers and blah 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 and I don't know everything about tarot and all the other tarot readers are better than I am, and you know, how does that tarot reader know when they see that card, this and that? You know, again, the funny thing is that there is a maybe when that mentality kicks in, the lower vibrational, egotistical, lower form, scorpionic, masculine energies kick in, where you're not even overthinking, you're just over concerned and worrying too much. That then becomes your manifestation of the cycle of never ending magnetizing more material things that are keeping you away from your true power, your power of truth. Um, if you are experiencing those sleepless kind of nights, know that there can be a turnaround. There are, I do suggest, the normal stuff of um, attempting to do what you can in your surroundings to formulate better sleep, whether it's waking up, staring at the sun. It's really difficult to get enough sun where I'm at. Uh, and so I've made it a point to either get to staring at the sun for a few minutes, without causing any like blindness. Um, Not having too much caffeine after a certain amount of time. Just stop what you're doing by like a certain time and turn off the phone, get off the media. Is it is it that you're missing out on something? It does allude to again that ego. Do you feel like you're missing out on a reality that you're supposed to be into? I don't know. It's a lot easier for some of us to remove ourselves from those types of situations. A lot of us have to make that decision to kind of get away from things like going out to the bar. There's still a lot of things that I battle with, especially with uh, overspending and maybe um, not, not setting the appropriate boundaries with timing and making sure that I get to my bed in time, things like that. That in itself has been quite a journey. Although it is a possibility. I think that you will still find a way to earn what you need to earn. In no means is this kind of a privileged person talking down to a non-privileged individual. I believe in your power, and you obviously are a powerful being. Maybe it is that over concern and over worry. But rest assured, there is that either you've been working hard at it or you have set a plan to actually work hard on it, and now you just have to let it unfold. And uh, it is, I would highlight more um, the ace of coins here, the one of coins. Um, Venus in Aries, finding a balance between how much you give to your relationships, whether it's your relationship to work or others or yourself. How are you treating yourself and others? Is it that you're overgiving to others and not giving enough space to yourself? Um, Uranus is right now highlighting a lot of the issues that everyone has personally with money, and also the issues that you know society as a whole, the government maybe has with keeping money. Even larger entities have trouble with that. Maybe you don't have trouble with that. Maybe you've accepted that you should have trouble with that. It is about governing yourself. maybe sovereignty is a word that I should highlight, but maybe you have been over planning and overdoing it because of what is going on in society, and you need to maybe switch internally and govern yourself, because what's happening out there is causing a lot of worry and concern that is a very short, um, in the grander kind of timeline, is very a short period. Um, Once you kind of get that grasp of the 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 over worrying, um, and focus on your day to day kind of health, it may cause a huge shift. It is something about like working for yourself. That doesn't mean like go quit your job. I mean working to keep yourself in your own government, in your own self-governing hood. I did just want to gather one quick message from the original tarot here, since we've been looking at Jackie Valentine's angels and guided messages from Pisces. This 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 message might be coming at you like, what? All right, just rewind the video, put it on super high. Maybe some of you are waiting on someone, but maybe you're waiting on yourself to like give you that TLC. Yeah, like what are we all just crying over kind of spilled milk? Oh, that's a good way to end the video, right? Talk about alchemizing and what Jessica calls this the Archangel Michael has entered the chat. I love San Miguel, Archangel. Leave the battles. Remove yourself from that energy. The maybe you are taking on others' energies, as any water sign tends to. Scorpios especially. Maybe this is a message for a Scorpio out there, like get onto some kind of higher vibrational state of being and protect that which you've accumulated, because you actually have many options that can guide you, whether spiritually. The ego, lower vibrational ego, is always going to be at your footsteps, doorsteps, knocking at your door. So it doesn't matter how elevated you are as a human. Wow. Seek that self-government. I think I'll end it there, right? It's getting kind of long at the moment. Get some rest. Get that rest, because you're allowing what's out there to really mess with you. Those energies are just meant to kind of cause that chaos within you. I guess the final message is that temporary pause in action might be good to talk to Jophiel, Archangel Jophiel, clean up the home is a message that a lot of readers have been sending out. Clean up your space, to kind of then shift your mentality and clear a lot of what's in here. Obviously, Archangel Michael is always near and around me. We are one and the same, and call on them, ask them for assistance. May everyone stay blessed and as mobile as possible. Get some much needed rest. It's easy to draw that in at the moment. There is a divinely guided justice process happening that we will all witness and see that it will come to light very soon. Get that sleep that you need.